But I don't waste my time trying to prove that I'm something to see. Ooh, the real ones they know, and the ones that do not, I don't need. Cause most see the vision, and I give reasons to believe that I'm telling no.
Good morning. So today is the Boss Mom 2-year annual event. Today is just basically we're just networking with other mommies, and then we have a couple ladies that's going to be speaking today. So come with me right now. I'm finna do like a little get ready with me. I already did I went to get my hair done last night. I just freshened up the front and I just arched my eyebrows. So and I took a shower and brushed my teeth, washed my face. Y'all do know that. Okay, that's not, because some people, we don't know that, to brush our teeth, wash our face, clean our ass. But yeah, already did that. So yeah, we finna get the day started. Bye, y'all. And I'm vlogging. This is what I look like. That's what it look like. So cute. Period. Okay. That's what it looks like when you walk in. Got different vendors. Look at me.
No one else is going to do it. And we always want to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves so we can take care of our babies. Because they need a strong mama. At the end of the day, they need a strong mama to take care of them, to be there for them. But not only that, we can be there for ourselves. And sometimes we unable to call you, hey girl, how's it? Everything good? Everything good with baby? Yeah, he or she, they're fine. But are you calling me to say, hey, how are you? Are you okay? Is everything good with you? Sometimes we don't get that. Sometimes we don't get that friend or that family member to say, hey, I'm just calling to check on you. Here's a postpartum care package or something. Sometimes we don't get that. So today, we are going to talk about how you can take care of yourselves. Yes, some of us have a village, but unfortunately some of us don't have that village. So sometimes we have to take care of ourselves and figure out what we're going to do for ourselves. Now, some of us may not have experienced actual postpartum depression. Who's ever heard of baby blues or postpartum blues? Oh yeah. What are some ways that you are practicing self-care? There are some women in here who are not practicing self-care. Again, that is okay. That is perfectly fine. But there are some women that we can learn from. If we learn from because sometimes other people aren't going to do that for us. So these are some of the things that we can do. So I had you all to write on the paper, because again, if you are struggling with practicing self-care, at any time of this summit, I will encourage you to go up to one of those or all of them and take a picture.
Oh my god, y'all, let's get into this bathroom. It's the details for me. Oh details. I love it. Yeah, I gotta come back here and take some pictures. Yes. It's the detail. So cute.
So Miss Ayana is going to go ahead, make everything run smooth for us so that we can learn and gain and have a great conversation with these amazing mommy panelists. Y'all excited? Yeah. All right, let's make sure we are involved, we are in tune, because they have something very special for us. And I'm super excited. I'm about to go sit down and get my pen too.
Hi. Oh, wait, it's not on? Okay. Switch. Hello, everybody. How's it going? How's it going? Happy Sunday. You all look beautiful. I have one baby. Just to be sure that, no, I'm just kidding. You all look great, and I am today's moderator. My name is Ayana Denise, and I just want to make sure you all feel comfortable and understand that before we introduce everybody, this is a space that you're allowed to be vulnerable and to feel all the feels that you might have been holding in. This is a safe space for you guys, as moms, as women, as Black women. So I just want to make sure that that's clear, that you guys are allowed to feel your emotions. If you need to cry, you have people next to you that might not know you. And the keys. Yes, ma'am. Make your way, and I'll introduce you. You can walk however you want, as many times you stretch. Show off that dress, because okay, Miss Amelia is the mother of two, honey. She's a lifestyle maven and a strategy mastermind. By profession, she's an organizational culture and diversity and inclusion consultant. Amanda is the founder of the H Is It Hot Mom, as the Hot Mom Tribe, a safe space for women and moms to be honest, open, and transparent about the issues they face in life. It's a community, but also a movement, helping women through personal and professional development to become the best version of themselves. We welcome you, Miss Amanda Keys. All right, moving on up, we have Miss Larisha Harris. Period. Georgia, growing up in a small, tight-knit community. She's a proud HBCU graduate, earning her Bachelor's of Arts in Mass Communications, Broadcast Journalism, from the great Bethune-Cookman University. She later obtained her Master's in Advertising from the University of Florida. She formerly worked for Raycom Sports, Rolling Out Magazine, and Intercom Radio Atlanta, which is now on that Odyssey. And she is currently a reporter and host for ESPN. Yes, ma'am. And next, we welcome you, Miss Larisha. I'm sorry. And next we have the booty girl herself, Miss Mecca. Come on down, girl. Miss Mecca Day is only 26 years old. Period. She is a mompreneur, the creator of Oh My Glutes, the #1 booty building class and brand on the globe. She's the co-owner of Stay Down Day Fit and new gym owner of the Loft Athletic Club. We love you. Alrighty. Moving on. We have Miss Michelle Welch. Come on down. Michelle is a serial entrepreneur possessing 10+ years of experience in launching businesses and supporting the growth and development of women entrepreneurs throughout the nation. Specializing in productivity and time management, the cleaning industry, business development, and strategic business management, she's been able to assist not only in the growth and development of your life and business, but fully monetizing your genius. Yes. We welcome you, Miss Michelle. Okay, Paisley. Your last name, girl.
This ain't me.
Okay. Miss Paisley B. You can say we from here. She's the co-owner of the Mommy Mixer, as well as beauty, fashion, lifestyle influencer, and most importantly, a mom of 3 beautiful kids. Paisley began curating content via YouTube in 2013 and quickly grew an audience across all social media to motivate mommies who aspire to be entrepreneurs. Alright! So that's everybody for the panel. Okay. Alright, just wanted to make sure. Alright, ladies, we welcome you guys. Don't they all look backwards? Like, so springy, right? Even though the weather outside is not giving a mic. So you're welcome to, chime in, answer whatever. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, ladies. What's going on? So I'm a mom of two. I have a 11-year-old and a 6-year-old, and I'm a boy mom. So with me, I've been a serial entrepreneur for 6 years now, and I know a lot of us can relate to, I don't have time. I can't do this. I gotta show up for my work. I have to do this. I gotta do that. And it's so crazy how we put our children on the back burner, yet they're the reason why we do what we do. So what I've had to start doing was I started feeling guilty. You know, my oldest son hit me with a reality check of, you're never available. You're always working. You're always on your phone. So when a 10-year-old comes to you and they're pouring their heart out, like, where's my mom? You tend to be like, okay, I'm doing something wrong at this point. So, so, you know, with the mom guilt, I just learned prioritization. And as a productivity coach, I learned that what is a priority is what takes precedence. If it's not on the schedule, if it's not something that aligns with who I am, what my brands are, then it doesn't need to get done. Which means more time for my kids, more time to include them, more time to be a baseball mom, more time to be a PTA mom. Because why did we do this, right? I got into entrepreneurship because I wanted to be a more present mother. But I found myself, the more in depth I got into entrepreneurship, I shifted away from my kids. So I had to bring myself back. So what did that look like? Washing dishes, I'm allowing my 6-year-old to come wash dishes with me. Doing co-working sessions, I'm working on my stuff, they're doing their homework. So it's not necessarily, you know, I believe in balance, but unfortunately, in my opinion, that's unrealistic. So we do work-family integration. It's how can I bring us together, because I'm not gonna sit here with all this anxiety and I'm popping Prozacs, feeling like I'm not a good mom, I'm feeling like everything's falling apart, when honestly I can say, you know what, that doesn't align with me. That doesn't match where I'm going, because, you know, we all want to help and be Captain Save Everybody, but we don't want to save ourselves. And it's my kids come first. It's I'm building my business around my life, not building my life around my business. So that mom guilt is real, but we're realer and we can identify. And when you identify, make the necessary changes. So even if it takes doing dishes with your children, or I love to paint, we go to 5 and Below, we have a good old time, spend $50, get what we need. And, you know, it doesn't have to be such a big thing. It's just be intentional about it. So mom guilt is real, but I'm realer, so we don't experience that.
I love that. I don't know how many people heard, like, oh, when you become a mom, right, you no longer are you. You don't have an identity. Your identity is motherhood. And I think that's where my mom guilt came from, because I always had this burning desire. Like, I always thought I was destined for more. But society is telling me now that this part of me is dead because now I have to live for my child. And I think, you know, when I started my mom community, it was really focusing on having an identity outside of motherhood. I remember having a conversation with my grandma. Now, my grandma, she's about 80, so, you know, this generation, I don't even remember her having a job. And I'm 33 years old, so I'm like, did you ever work? Right? So at this point, like, her life was devoted to her kids. And I'm telling her, you know, hey, I'm going to start this mom community. I want to empower women. I want to do this. And she was like, well, you got kids now. So, you know, why, right? That wasn't something that she understood. And society wants us, when you're a mom, like, this is the cookie cutter mold. This is who you have to be, right? Like, you don't get to have goals. You don't get to dream. You don't get to do what it is that makes you happy, because you have to live for your kids. And for me, I was like, that doesn't really feed me. That doesn't fuel me as a woman, because I still want to have an identity and I still want to be fulfilled so that I can be that example for my kids. But I experienced that guilt because sometimes it's like, hey, you know, just my son's birthday was in February, and the day I wanted to have his party, I was speaking for something. So I'm like, hey, do I not have my son's birthday party this day? You know, and his dad was like, well, no, you have dreams, you have a brand, you know, he's 2 or he'll be 3. You know, he's not going to know that it was a week later. But that's where my guilt comes from, because I'm like, I want to be fulfilled. I want to do things that make me feel like Amanda, you know, that make me feel like I have a purpose and then I can live in my passion. But sometimes that's juggling, you know, what is a priority, like you said, Michelle. But I'm like, I just never could get with, oh, well, I'm a mom and I can never do none of this stuff anymore. And I mean, y'all are here because you probably have those same feelings, right? Like, I don't have to die as who I was because I'm a mom. I'm integrated, but I'm being that example. I want my daughter to know it doesn't matter what you have going on. You can still follow your dreams and your passion, and don't let society tell you what you're supposed to do.
So that's where I'm trying to, balance it, and it's every day. Every day I'm making a decision on, what's priority. But it's some of those times where you have to make those tough decisions, but making sure that you're still being true to your identity outside of motherhood.
Yes. So fulfilled because I am more particular with what I do with them. Because I know that, okay, yeah, mommy going out, she's gonna have a good time, but I'm gonna be up at 6:30 in the morning to get them on their bus, make sure they say their words of affirmations, and kind of try to create a balance. I'm always a stickler for saying there's no such thing as having balance with being a mom. Something's gonna lack. But as much as I can, I try to fulfill those mom duties, in which I still feel like, people are like, oh, you're such a good mom. I'm like, child, I've been hooping and hollering up in this house. And I feel guilty of that because I'm like, I'm always gone working or just trying to have my own self-care, go to eat, get me a drink, and the kids are at home, and then I have somebody who's like an empath, like Kinsley. She's always in tune with her feelings, and she's just like, you don't spend no time. I'm like, girl, I was here when you went to bed, when you got home, we talked, when I get up in the morning with you, and so I'm just like, dang, where does it end? But mom guilt is always gonna be there, and I always say that's a good representation of you being an amazing mother.
Yeah.
If you have mom guilt, you're an amazing mom because you're caring about how you're making your children feel. Some moms are like, child, they be fine. But the fact that you're thinking about it like, oh my God, I feel bad because I'm thinking about myself, and no, that just means you're such an amazing mother, and now you can implement those things and make it better in different areas.
Period to all that. Period to all that. Y'all, I'm gonna keep everything short and sweet. So, like she said,
I'm not short and sweet, y'all.
No, but like she said, like it's really okay to be selfish with your time. Celebrate your small victories, give yourself grace because you're doing an amazing job. And just keep it pushing. Like, be selfish with your time. It's okay.
Do it.
Working, hustling, and stuff like that. So with my last baby, I've been a stay-at-home mom since I, started being pregnant. I still do my content creation and stuff like that, but I'm at home. I don't go in the field, do nothing. My fiance, he is in the studio all the time, and he also has a restaurant. Make sure y'all all visit Spice House Buckhead. Yeah, girl, they food and drinks. Make sure y'all get their keys. But anyway, so when I first had the baby, I resented him a little bit because I'm like, you get to go out, and I say his work is fun because the people that he worked with, like in the studio, those are his friends. So they get to go create amazing music, smoke hookah, drink drinks, and fellowship. And I'm at home struggling. I can't get no sleep. I'm breastfeeding a baby every 2 hours. And I still have, at the time, an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old, or a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old. And I was overwhelmed, and I felt like you get an escape. No matter if you think that it's work or not, you get to escape. And my work will forever be at home. So I'm stuck at home having to balance it. And even he relieves me when he's at home. He's like, yeah, babe, you go ahead and get some sleep. I don't want to sleep. Wow. And it's so much so that I've even contemplated going to go get an actual job just to get that daily interaction. Because I'm talking to children all day, or I'm sitting on the phone with my mom. I'm tired of that. So I did resent him a bit, but now that we've come to terms and we talked about it, we communicated what I was feeling and what he was feeling, we were able to balance it a bit more, so that I still resent him now. He smoked more hookah than me. So, but not in a serious way. But yeah, it's all about balance and talking to your partner and saying, hey, this is how I'm feeling. I don't feel too good where I'm at right now. I feel like you get to go out and have fun and not have to be the mom, cook, slave over. Now, he do clean. That's because he got OCD. My friends can attest to that. That man will come home at 3 o'clock in the morning and clean. So that, that helps out because I don't I'd rather pay somebody to clean. I don't do that. So, get somebody else to do it. But yeah, so I have resented him in that way. But for me, it's all about communication and communicating that to your partner. Because first of all, the base of your relationship should be communication. Anyway, if you are with somebody, communication is always key because y'all not gonna last and you're not gonna like them. So if you don't tell them, listen, all right, let's have a serious talk. What we do is randomly, he'll be in the kitchen, washing dishes, I sit on the couch and just walk up to him and hold my hand, look me in my eyes. I'm gonna tell you, I didn't like that you got to go home, out to the studio and you came home at this time and I was at home and I had to do this. Okay, well, how can I make you feel better? Okay, these nights are designated for you to enjoy yourself. It's all about communicating with me so that you don't feel resentment because it's so easy. Because with moms, it's customary for everything to fall on us. We're the moms. We actually birthed them. Or even if you didn't birth them, you adopted your child. It's customary for you to do everything. You have to be there for those little moments. You're their safe space. They talk to you about everything. And sometimes I'll be like, girl, I don't care. That pinky ain't broken. Go put some tissue around it, but they come to you and it's draining.
Really just taking care of yourself. And I know, I'm so glad that it's a thing now. I didn't see my mom doing this growing up. She did not take care of herself. She put herself last every time. And I know if she would have taken care of herself, she could have been more available to us emotionally. So it's really good that we even have a space like this. So thank you so much, every single last one of you ladies.
Sorry, last thing, for real. I'm proud of all of y'all. I know sometimes we don't hear that enough, but
changed my life. I don't feel alone at all anymore. I'm at a point where I'll be like, oh, I gotta take you back, And I just love the thought of just saying, I bet on me, So if there's anything that you guys have living inside of you, you thought about it, you talked about it, but you haven't bet on yourself, I encourage you to bet on yourself because it's out there and you can do it. You can bring it to life. You can bring it to reality. You have the power. You are already equipped. There's nothing else and no one else that you have to bring on your team. You're already equipped with everything you need. And when you bet on yourself, everything else that you need is going to align with you. So with further ado, Ashley, thank you for all that you do. Thank you for making this happen. Thank you for just being the visionary of this entire vision because it's amazing. And I know a lot of us are going to walk out of here super full. This is self-care for us today. So we're going to leave out of here super full and ready to attack the week with everything it is that we want to do. So thank you so much for bringing this together. I love you. So let's give it up for Ashley.
How are y'all feeling? Are we feeling motivated, inspired, seen, heard? Okay, because I was in the corner over here like, oh my God, drinking my mimosa. So for starters, I want to thank you ladies for coming out today, taking a step away from whatever you had going on personally. Especially thank you to those in the room who may not be mothers, but maybe you're here to support a friend who is, because like we talked about before, it definitely takes a village, and we cannot do it without you all. So we appreciate you. We appreciate y'all. Before we get started,
you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't getting playtime at the time. So I was like, okay, so it's safe, you know what I mean? But then the year we started dating, he blew up, and he was a top draft pick in the NFL, and our life was like a whirlwind from there. And 2 years into the NFL is when I got pregnant with my oldest son, Kingston.
And if you're ever planning an event, ladies, like it is so imperative to have people that believe in your vision, who want to donate, just because that's who they are, right? I actually got the idea because Lenora reached out to my box about gifting these boxes, which is the white box underneath. And from there, I was like, you know what? I can make baskets for you all. And then we had other moms that reached out too. I didn't have enough vendor space, so I still wanted them to have the opportunity to present and showcase their business. So I was able to do this. So thank you, ladies. Thank you. I truly appreciate your participation today in the second annual Boss Mom Summit, but the first one in person. So I'm overjoyed. And then two more things.
Since elementary school, so we're just here to support and see this dream unfold as you are the first mom in our friend group. So honestly, this is amazing because she was so stressed out about this event. So to see that you sold out and exceeded your goals is amazing. Happy 31st birthday this week. We are super proud of you, and we just want you to continue setting the example of being an ultimate boss mom. Because honestly, I have a lot of responsibilities, but this girl works harder than me and has a kid. So I'll be like, oh my goodness, actually be on it every single time. So honestly, I just am super inspired watching all of you moms in here network, connect, and even just, you know, just show up, you know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't imagine, as I don't have any kids. So I do have that leisure of coming and going as I please. So honestly, you guys are all overly inspirational because of the fact that you take care of other human beings. So we just want to thank you for putting on this event. You're amazing, you are beautiful, and you are a boss mom.
A lot of things on your plate. You got a lot, I mean a lot of things that I just cannot say is quite on my way. You bitches riding on all my waves, but you bitches tired and underpaid. And show